taking our freedom and our liberty. What's left of us? History. Life's a mystery, leaving many deceived. Everybody telling lies, who know who to believe. So for the future generations, I am planting a seed, in case I find my way to heaven before they ever conceive. There once was a man, my story shall read, who said there's nothing you put your mind to that you can't be. No goal you can't reach. In time of need, he stepped forward to lead. When forced to sacrifice, he would bleed. Calling out to God on one knee. His family tree had leaves of crooks and killers, and he grew up in his village watching rape and pillage. Blood spillage on the curb, staining concrete red. In a small fish tank, only sharks are fed. Tread lightly through the depths, waves of darkness. The mind is a match, watch it sparking. We are targets, don't get caught up in the crosshairs. In this market, we are giving no shares. So polluted, got me feeling there is no air. Revolution being broken every new year. Revolution being spoken to a huge chair. If you speak against the throne, you have no chair. What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
When we go,
what will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go, I'm leaving nothing behind. May it all melt in the sands of time. Glorious minds, it's what I'm leaving with. Put it all on the line so I can easily rest in peace. Please, to the nines, so they can never say I didn't grind, and chuckled and smiled in the face of death, and give all my ghosts their proper respect, so I can truly say I ain't got nothing left. Take me away, take my last breath. 2100 miles from LA, country roots. No excuse to not make my dreams come true. Heavy debt, owed with blood and sweat. I ain't sitting around not doing shit, cause the spirits visit, don't make them upset. You may lose your wits witnessing this poltergeist. Nothing more to despise than a wasted life. I'm bringing presents back in stacks, Jack. Gotta get them thirsting for my arrival. I hit the gospel, the 13th apostle. Real money talks in an old fossil. Otherwise I strive beyond the lies. I analyze and prepare the study, cause I'm in my books, dropping heavy science. Chemistry sets when we hit the sirens.
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
When we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?
when we go,
What will you leave behind? What will you leave behind?